Hey guys, it's Christopher and welcome to this new Solarus live streaming. Today we are going to continue the development of the Solarus game engine. Still working on Solarus 1.6. Last time we made a crazy marathon, 12-hour stream. I hope you didn't watch the entire marathon, because if you did that it's even crazier, but maybe parts of it. And today we are going to continue to address some issues that are scheduled to be fixed in this release. So I should refresh because it changes a lot. We have 77 issues remaining to do. And the render is making a lot of new sprites right now. Not necessarily related to 1.6, but he's very motivated and it's nice to see that. Hi Phoenix. Hi Florune. Dylan. And before I start, I should thank David for the donation. He made a donation for the marathon, but after the stream, so probably he was watching it in replay and he decided to donate. So you can see this green progress bar here. I set up a completely arbitrary goal of 50 euros to let's say motivate the team and show that you care and that you understand how much work it represents to develop free software like this. And I should be able to, if I found my page, yep, to replay the small animations that appears when there are donations. Wait, dashboard. And he said it should show up on the screen. 20 euros for this fabulous marathon. So thank you very much, David. Thank you also Quijibu for the subscription. If I understand correctly, it's a paid subscription. It's different from following a channel, so that's also some support to the stream. Everyone will be credited in our in Children of Solarus. All donations, all Solarus, how can we say, supporters, people who support. And this 20 euros, as well as every other donation, at least until the goal of 50, which is the Solarus 1.6 goal, will be entirely for the rest of the team and not for me. Okay, let's start to work. Hi Amin, hi Adrian. So I started this, after the marathon I fixed more issues. Where were we during the marathon? We did that bit during the marathon and this one. So as you can see, I fixed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more issues. And I started this one. Actually, I wrote the documentation, so I just have to implement it now. Let's do that. So I will try to start with a unit test as always. 1007. door open and door close. So it might be surprising, but there was no function door open in Solarus like 1.5. Don't know if you use doors in your projects, but if you want to open or close a door, you can know everything that's happening to your doors, but if you want to open it or to close it, you had to use the map object and to specify the prefix of the door entities that you want to open or to close, which is very nice when your doors work by pairs, like you have a door in a room that connects to another door in the next room. But that's still a specific case, and there's no reason not to put a simpler function: door open, door close, and door set open. So I wrote the documentation already yesterday. There will be this function: door open, door close, and door set open, true or false. The difference between these versions and this one is that this one is silent when these ones play animations and sounds. Hi, Raitendo. That's cool, there are a lot of people tonight. And I hadn't announced the stream at all. I wasn't really sure if I would be motivated enough. Okay, door open, close. So the unit tests won't be completely great because I don't have door graphics in this testing quest. Lots of things are missing. I have a door sprite, but it's just a generic temporary sprite. I will have to clean up all of this in the testing quest before the release. But okay, it doesn't really matter. I can still do this. So I have my door. Let's call it door. The direction does not really matter. Guess we can still put a wall. I don't know, something like that, maybe. Oops, didn't mean to run the quest. I mean to press F4 to switch to the script of my map. Okay, so let's try door. Let's assert that the door is initially closed. Door open. Then it must be open. Door closed. Then it must no longer be open. Then set open true, again is open, set open false, and not is open. So my door sprite currently has no opening closing animation, which means that because it only has one frame, which means that the open operation, unlike in most of my games, the opening operation is immediate. If there was an animation, then this assert would fail, because the door is not immediately open. It would be actually opening, and you would have to wait for the end of the animation. You can see that in the documentation. There is open and is opening. That's different. But when you call set open, then it's really immediate, even if you don't have the sprite animations. Okay, so let's add this to the testing, to the list of the unit tests. Should be here. Okay. And if I run the test, it will obviously fail because these functions don't exist yet. Don't forget to close the test when we are done. Okay. So first step, you write the documentation. Second step, you write the unit test. Third step, you actually implement the feature. It should be very easy to do, because it's actually a simpler version of what we already have. Entity API, maybe Lua context first. Okay, so I have the list of all Lua functions, I mean C++ functions that can be called from Lua, and everything about entities is at the end. Entity, hero, camera, all entity types, and we should have door somewhere, yes. So we will add door API open, door API close, door API set open. Then, now that we declared these functions, let's add them to the door Lua type here. Except that no, I forgot to do it for these. Yeah, except that since 1.6 Solarus 1.6 allows to run 1.5 quest, if your quest has the 1.5 format, we should not make these functions accessible. And I'm just looking for a place where it's already done this quest version verification. I can't find it in this file. I obviously forgot to do it for some of the new features, but I made an issue to remind me that I should check for all new features of 1.5. So then main API. I also forgot to do it for this one, which is also new. I remember doing it very recently though. Where was it? game, map, maybe map, don't know. No, it must really be an entity API. I must have not checked very carefully. Okay, it was here. So we have our doors, and if the current quest is at least 1.6, then I add my 3 new methods. Door open. What is this? Ah. Should be like this. Close. And set open. I guess I can put I can end this with a comma since I do it everywhere. Okay. And I will take the opportunity to do it also for the few things I missed for this one. Okay. I know it's not really related to that, to the current issue, but I want to do it. This is new in 1.6. What? Oh, I didn't copy the correct code. This is what I wanted. So, enemy, and we add these. Boom. Don't know why the indentation is so wrong. But that's what I was supposed to do. I will check more carefully another day, but I think we should be good with enemies. Custom entities. We have one new function, this one. Custom entity. Oh, it's not common methods here. Oh, that would have been bad. Custom entity. And enemy. And here as well. Okay, what else? Dynamic tiles. Maybe this one is newer. I don't remember. I will check. Like I was saying, I have an issue to remind me that I should check everything anyway. Pickable. There are so many new things in 1.6. Switch, block, chest, NPC, teletransporter, destination, camera. This one is big, it's the hero. And in entity, so all types of entities. Do we have anything new here? Maybe not. But in main API we saw that we forgot. Okay, we already have some code here. All of this should be okay. And map API. in Map API we have maybe nothing here. Okay. Again, I will check everything later. Back to our doors. Doors. Okay, here it's door methods. Just checking the diff. Custom entities. Okay. Okay, this looks good. Let's go. Implementation of door open. Door API open. So parameter must be a door, which is this time it won't be const. No return value and door open. Wow, that was easy. I could check what is done in map open doors. In map open doors, I get a map, I get the prefix of doors to open, and then for all entities that have this prefix, all entities of type door that have this prefix. I thought there was a terrible bug here. Casting the entity to door without a check, but actually it's already checked. We get only doors, and we do door.open if it's not already open and if it's not currently being closing. Okay, if it's closing, I stop closing it. That's what I meant. And I play the sound. The sound is played from here, not from door open. Okay, that's normal because there might be several at the same time. So sound play, but I guess I should put the same condition. If it's already open, we do nothing. State open, state closing. I don't understand this condition. Because if the state is closing, then it's not open, so we already, this condition was already true. So it doesn't change anything to do that. I can improve this thing by doing if not is open and not is opening, to do exactly the same condition as here, so that we don't play the sound if we are already opening the door. Oh, the door is already open. Okay, I think that's what I was trying to do here, but the code was wrong, so let's fix it. It was if not door open, and here it was if is open or opening, which is equivalent to not close and not closing. So let's write it the same way as above. So if it's not closed and not being closed, we close it with some sound, return 0. Okay. Same stuff for door close. Door closed, and same code here. And to the door closed sound. And that set door open with only one door, set open, door API set open. So we get a door, then we get a boolean, which is second parameter, by default true, and here I just call set door open. There is no special animation issues to take into account. We change the state immediately and silently, no sound, no animation, so that's easier. Okay, we should be good here. Compilation is in progress. Lots of things to recompile. As soon as you change Lua context, this file declares all Lua functions and all Lua events, so the whole Lua API is specified here. And it's implemented in multiple files that are all in this directory. Okay. 28% to recompile. And the unit test passed. Nice. But let's try to run a quest maybe. And to find any door. There are some fake doors in this dungeon, but this one should be a real door. So we are in dungeon 1, here. It's called key door. Key door, open. Wait. I don't know why I closed the editor. I would like to type it here, key door open, but unfortunately I don't have access to my Lua variables from here, only global ones, so and that's something that also will be improved for 1.6. Okay, so let's do it from here. It will be hard to see the animation really. So key door is the name of my door. Open. Nil value. Okay, it's not working because I ran that from the quest editor, but the quest editor was being run without the change. Why is it recompiling so many things in quest editor? Okay, I will run the game outside the quest editor directly with Solarus 1. Just want to check that door. Okay. It worked. I can close it again, and you heard the door open sound. Okay, close, but guess it's not really closed on this side because maybe it doesn't exist on the other side. Oh, or maybe it does, but I forgot. I'm so used to pairs of doors. I was only acting on this one. That's precisely the goal of my function. Set open true. Now it's open, but there was no sound when it changed and no animation. Okay. Everything looks good. And the quest editor is still recompiling. Okay. So that was easy. But sometimes when you think it's easy, you have surprises. I also need to update the change log. Okay, everything what entities is here. Let's put it here. Add methods, door, open, door closed, and door set open. Okay, commit. And that's one more issue in our nice board. Boom. Oh, by the way, if you watch the marathon stream, I had two questions that were unsolved, and I had this crash that I tried to fix at the beginning of the stream, but it was very hard to reproduce. But then I noticed an error in the code, and I guessed what could be the cause of the crash. I was able to reproduce it a second time actually, but with Solarus 1.5 apparently it happened more often with Solarus 1.5, and then the debugger gave me a call stack that told me where the crash was probably, and then yeah, by watching the code of the enemy scripts there was something wrong in the enemy script that should not be enough to crash the engine, but the engine failed to detect the error and there was a crash instead. So that was fixed. And the second open question that remained open in my stream, in my marathon stream, if you remember, at some point I was completely lost because the tile sets of this project ALTTD suddenly became dark, like the ones of the ALTTP pack, and I couldn't figure out why. But the next day I guessed, when I was less tired, I was able to guess the problem. Yeah, this one is the dark version. It's normal that this one is darker than in the other project. It's because this one has US graphics and the other project has PAL graphics, and there is a difference in the Link to the Past graphics between the US and the European version. Anyway, the bug was that if you load a project with tilesets and then you switch to another project, well, if you have tilesets with the exact same names, as we now have a very nice cache for the tilesets, so that maps and tilesets can load faster in the quest editor. It's just that you would load the cached version from the previous quest. I simply forgot to clear that cache when you load another quest. So that was already fixed, or also fixed after the stream. Okay, what do we want to do next? Yeah, I put these two bugs at the top of the to-do list because it's fragile code, let's say. Everything related to ground. It's the kind of bug I don't want to fix the day before the release, because it might cause other bugs and I want to detect these other bugs before the release. But now we have tons of unit tests about grounds, and it's on purpose. It's no coincidence that we have tons of unit tests on that particular area. It's because it's a very sensible area of the code, and we used to have a lot of bugs there and a lot of regressions before doing unit tests.
Nice.
Okay, so maybe we could try that. We just implemented a new feature, so maybe why not treating a bug now? Wrong ground detection about all of our custom entities after falling on bad grounds. Okay, so this one is not greatly explained. I hope I will be able to reproduce. I watched the video. Well, you know, you see, it's specified just by a video, which is good and not good at the same time. The hero is on a custom entity, I guess, from the title and from the description. So apparently when you go back from a background like hole or water and you go back on this custom entity, you drown a second time, or you fall a second time here, and it's falling again. And the problem is not present when he falls from normal ground. It only appears when he falls from these particular platforms, which are custom entities. I want to see it again. It looks like when he drowns, the second time the drowning animation is much faster, but the falling animation replays entirely, so that's weird. Okay, let's try to reproduce this in a unit test. Diarender, if you are here, can you also check that this still happens? Because maybe it's already fixed actually. I'm gonna ask him on the chat. Don't know if he is watching the stream. Okay. Let's go. Testing quest. Maps, bugs. Issue number. Oh. So, wrong on detection. It's more falling animation. Or falling again after background, something like that. Because I don't know if it's a wrong ground detection or a bug in the recovery from the background. Don't know the cause of the bug. It should just describe the bug. After coming, oops. Let's keep it short. Alright, so we have the hero. We need a hole. I think I must have hole graphics. Yes. I have all sorts of ground tiles here for unit tests. So I could just put a very simple hole. Oh, this one does not exist in a tile set. It doesn't matter, let's take these ones. Some tests. Oh, my git push was rejected. Oh yeah, I need it's because I merged a pull request just before the stream. Git push and git okay, CMake. 1036. No tests were found. What do you mean? Oh, it's -v. I know you can't see what I'm typing. Okay. I will show you. I just need to run the unit test with the window activated so that we can see something. So when you fall, you come back here. And in that case, he comes back not to the default place, but with a function that decides the place. I don't know if it changes anything. Use the event for falling on bad grounds to recover the position over the platform. It's annoying that he does not show the code. Maybe the ground is detected correctly, but so how do I reproduce the bug? So obviously I don't reproduce it yet. But now let's try to put a custom entity here. Custom entity that does strictly nothing, should not change anything. But maybe could put sorry. Okay. We are on the custom entity. So the custom entity will prevent us to fall. To do that we have to call, I called it platform, and we have to call platform. Let's say that this platform is solid ground. Traversable. And now the hero will start on the platform, so I'm no longer drowning. It feels strange because the custom entity is not visible. But obviously I fall, I come back on the custom entity, but it works. So no bug here. So either the bug is already fixed, or it only happens, like he was saying, when using that event. So I don't know which event he's talking about. Is it in the hero or in the map? I don't think it's really an event. There is no event on drowning or on falling into holes, something like that. So maybe what he means, I have to guess because it's not described how to reproduce, but maybe what he means is hero set save solid ground. With a function. Maybe that's what he calls event. So I should try that.
No.
So let's say hero set, save solid ground. What else parameters? Just the callback function, and this function will return the position of the starting point.
Wow.
It's called destination, that's good. Don't see, frankly, how it could change anything.
Yeah, always, always.
So when I fall, I come back on the destination point, which is what I wanted, but I'm not reproducing the bug. Okay. Don't know how to reproduce better. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time on this. But, what I could try is something wrong. Set position. Okay, so I'm just trying to write something. Well, this is not how you should, how this save solid ground function is supposed to work. But maybe that's the kind of error he made in his script. And when I do that, I have like a crash with a strange error message.
Did you see my life? He poisoned me 2 times, and I was healing.
So that's weird. Oh yeah, my function was supposed to return 3 values, or 2 or 3 values. Maybe it doesn't detect correctly, and also I forgot to catch the exception. So we have several problems. Okay, we are in entity API, save solid ground. Oops. Okay, and if it's a callback, set target solid ground callback, blah blah blah. Okay, and when do I call this? Who uses this? Entity API. What else?
Yeah, I use it.
Yeah, target position. position, call function. So apparently I completely forgot to catch the error of this function. Except that it additionally returns boolean. Ah, okay, no. So this already handles the error. This executes without any error, but then we have error. The error occurs here. Yeah. But I explicitly asked for 3 results. Yeah, but they can be nil. So they are all optional. Their default value is the current get layer. Okay, X and Y are not optional, yes, only this one is optional. So what should I do? Okay, I think I know. Check int. Success is equal to success and Lua is Lua tools is Lua context I don't have is integer. Just is number. Okay. So -3 should be a number and -2. -2 should be a number. But I should write the error message if they are not numbers. That is a thing. Okay. If not, if X or Y are missing, then success is false. Let's do it like this. Error. Should return say did not return X. Anyway, coordinates. So I might be completely out of scope of my bug here, but I wanted to improve the error message and not to crash. Okay, still the same. Did I recompile? Clearly I didn't recompile. I'm not sure what it is recompiling so many things. That's a bit strange, but okay. Hi Michel. Oui, oui, tout à fait, le héros n'est pas une entité custom. Mais on parle du héros qui est sur une plateforme qui est une entité custom. Et le héros tombe dans un trou ou dans l'eau et doit réapparaître sur la plateforme. Et d'après la vidéo qui est dans le bug, ça se passe pas bien. Okay, so this time my test has the expected behavior. We have a nice error that is shown and we abort, but only because we are in unit test mode. The game could actually continue this time. But that answers our initial question. This is clearly not what was happening in the issue, because it would have crashed as we saw. So I'm not reproducing the issue. Let's assign it back to diarrendor. Comment, but I'm not closing it. I will still finish this unit test because it's useful in any case. Let's not here. Here, game simulate command pressed. Let's go to the right. After some point, oh no, wait 1 second. Let's just check that we are on a destination. That's not what I wanted. Okay. One second is not enough apparently. Also, I start in the. You can't see it because it always opens on the other screen, but when the map starts, the hero draws the first time. Probably because this happens too late. If I do it here, it won't change anything, I think. No, it's the same. But that's another problem. I don't even know if it's really a bug, but if it is, it's really unrelated. So let's do it simply like this. And I also have to stop pressing the command. After, let's say, 1 second. Or I could say function on state changed, and the new state, if state is falling, then stop pressing right. That's cleaner. Okay, it worked, but I should have a different entity. This should be the initial destination. Let's put this back here. So this time we go back to that place. Let's say target X. Okay, so unit test is working. This is all I can do for now. No, this is not all I can do. I could also try to go back in time. Okay, he says he cannot test it until next week. Okay, I will commit the test and try to run it on old code. That should be doable with Git. Why did I change this PP file? Oh yeah, I also improved the error handling. Good. Back to solid ground callback. But this does not close the issue. Okay, created on March 12, 2017. Okay. With a snapshot of 1.5, I can find out which one exactly. It must be this one. So the actual date for Git will be March 1st. Really? Wait. No. Solarus 1.5.3 snapshot. This doesn't make any sense. How could he use a Solarus 1.6 snapshot on March 12 if the first one was in June? Okay. Maybe there was an old snapshot called 1.6, but I might have removed it. That's okay. Okay, I'm coming back to some commit. I should have closed this first. To some commit around that period of time, and we will check. just have some easy conflicts to fix. Okay, and I should be, if it compiles, I should be able to run the test and see what happens. Could be related to this. Could also check this one. Okay, have some slight compilation issues. Completion warnings actually. So 827 is this ground detection after hero unfreeze. Freeze a hero, jump from the frozen state with a custom movement, okay. And when the movement finishes, you should be plunging. And after unfreeze, you should detect that you're in water. So plunging again, okay. Apparently this commit fixed it, but we are on GitLab now. But it's fixed in 1.5.1, and he said it was working in 1.5. It's new to 1.6, so no way it's related to that. No, I just checked the fix. It's clearly in the same area, but it just makes sure the ground below the hero is really up to date and really taken into account. So it cannot be the cause of that bug. And as I said, also the versions do not match. Okay, I finished the compilation. So now I will run my new unit test on the old code. Okay, and I still don't reproduce the problem. So even with an engine from the date of creation of this bug, I don't reproduce the issue. So we stop working on this side for now. Go back to the dev branch, and I have to recompile. I'm just discussing with Dirender. Okay. So I stopped working on this one. It's a bit frustrating, but what can you do? Another ground issue created by me 2 years ago. In map unstarted, hero get ground below returns empty, but map get ground hero get position returns traversable. What? These should be absolutely equivalent. The map is entered by a scrolling transition from the west. Alright. That's a bit scary when it involves both transitions and grounds. So that's why I didn't fix it in 1.5.3. And I want to fix it as soon as possible. As I was saying at the beginning of the stream, these kind of issues might create more bugs, even though unit tests cover these problems very well. We never know, and I want to discover these bugs before the release. Okay, so there's transportation test. Start scrolling. So I have this very big sequence of tests, all dedicated to teletransportation. I already showed you those tests during streams, but if you want to see them, map equals teletransportation tests / main. So we test various situations of teletransportations. And various grounds, situation of grounds when entering the next map. Sometimes you are in water when you enter a map, things like that. Scrolling with while carrying something, or while running, or while loading your sword. Okay. And the last one was added by STD Gregor recently. I don't remember to do what, but okay. Start scrolling. So what happens in this one? Start scrolling. There's nothing special about grounds here. Fix initial ground after scrolling. Ah. Yeah, I had this very nice assert, very detailed checked in this particular test, so my main script defines some nice functions. So we assert, like the function says, the state, the ground, and the animation of the hero, and we do that at various points of the test. So when you enter this map, you must be in free state, because you are just normally walking from the previous one, which was I don't know how to say. After start same point, what happens? After start same point, we have this teletransporter. Okay, so it's this one. We have this one leading to that one. So nothing special really. We just test the scrolling. And the ground must be, well, the ground of this tile, which is regular traversable ground, but not empty, not no ground. So that's why I left a to-do here, and the animation was correct. Here it should really be traversable. But there is this bug. That's why I kept the to-do, So I guess all maps that scroll should have the same problem then. Start by scrolling while jumping. Well, not this one because we are jumping. Okay, no, we still have the problem. That's normal, yeah. The state does not change the ground. Yeah. Okay, that's a bit scary. I hate issues about grounds and teletransportation map transitions. But the funny thing is that it looks like, I think it might be the exact same bug as the one we encountered while we were trying to create this test. When starting the map from here, the ground was considered water, but not empty. Okay, I don't know if it's the same bug actually. Anyway, for this one, after the fix, it should work like this. Okay, and now it fails here. As expected, of course. So let's try to fix it. Assert state ground animation. So we call get ground below. Let's also call, as I was saying, this should be equal is there a function get ground point? Get ground position, okay. The position used for ground detection is not exactly the same as get position. There is like an offset of 2 pixels just so that falling into holes looked nice. So get ground 0 x 0 y should also be the same as this. Alright, how does it work? Entity get ground below. The thing is that the information is in a cache because it's quite slow to recompute it every time. So I guess in map unstarted the cache is not really up to date. Do it like that. I think this one should be okay because this recomputes the information. Oh, hero. Get ground a nil value. No, I meant map get ground. Bad argument 3 to get ground invalid layer. Really? Oh yeah, The layer is mandatory here. Layer 0. But the error message was strange. You didn't see it, but map API. Get ground. Check layer. It's not really invalid layer. It's a type error. The type name is number. And more precisely, it should be a valid layer. Okay, so let's get rid of this case first. If it's not a number, we do that. And if it's not a valid layer, we create this error message. Okay, just a small detail. Just try to forget the layer again and see if my error message is any better. And yes, it is. Bad argument 3 to get ground number expected got no value. Okay, good. Okay, back to our particular problem. So map get ground is correct because... What? Oh, I'm pretty sure it is part of my project. Okay. Get ground does the computation, but map get ground does computation, but entity get ground below returns the cached value. And in our case it's the hero. So when does it change? Update ground below. Set map ground empty. So that's cool, but when exactly? Wait. Being created a map already running? That's not our case. Okay. I guess we should update the ground below. We should call this function at some point earlier before map unstarted. But when exactly? I don't know. And will it break anything? Probably. Map unstarted. That's not called from here. When is it called? Run map. Okay. Okay, we load our map file. File name load file. The map script, you mean? Yes. We load the map script. Okay. Okay. So at this point, all entities from the file are already on the map, and the hero also, I think. Map start does stuff. Hero place on destination, blah blah blah. What I could try is to call update ground below from this function. Which I do when destination is same. So that's when you fall from another floor. Okay. Else side. That's when you that's the scrolling case. We keep the hero state from the previous map, but clearly we didn't call check position. Okay, let's try this. Normal case, destination object. Yeah, we call check position. So that was probably another bug, and I put check position also here, but I was scared. I didn't want to put it here in the third case. So we have three cases. You can start a map from a usual destination point, or from same point as the map that was above when you fall, or from the side when scrolling. So here we are in the scrolling case. Yeah, and which proves that it's different from the other bug. In map unstarted, we haven't run the map script. Yeah, here unstarted hasn't been called yet, so if you have a custom entity that changes the ground, it's not done yet. That's why earlier in the stream I was appearing in and drowning. But one problem at a time, okay? Back here. Layer 0. Not necessarily 0. What am I talking about? Okay, so I'm running the unit test with that change. What do we have? Core stack start in hold dot lua. starting hole. There's no scrolling involved here. My only change is in this if. Okay. So the test failed in the second map. Start in hole. I'm just starting this map from from this destination. Map on starting line 12. No, line 10. This assert is failing. Expected hole got empty. I really don't understand how much change, which is only in a scrolling case, can have an impact on this. I told you that was a hard bug. I was scared for a very good reason. Ah, okay. It still fails. I just reverted all my changes and it still fails. Ah. No, there was something else that I changed. I added that one. Main.lua line 12. What? No. Oh, it's not the same main.lua. Yeah, it's just the assert function. But I have a call stack here. I didn't want to hide it from you, but it's easier when I see both screens at the same time. The other main.lua 29. Yeah, so that's my new assert. I was convinced that this one would never fail. So let's think. Expected hole got empty. We are in the unstarted function. And map get ground returns empty. Starting hole. We only have tiles here. So is there some safety net in the map get ground? Get ground. No. Oh, I mean main API, not the great file. Get ground. Ground, please. Yes, yes, yes. Is there some safety here? If not loaded, return empty. Well, it's loaded, but not really. It's not started. It's still being loaded. From the point of view of is loaded, yeah, it's not loaded. Okay. we really want to be able to use grounds from map unstarted. So let's find a way to fix that. Is loaded. When does loaded changes exactly? In unload, of course, and in load, of course. Ah, okay, no. I load all my entities, create entities here, so it is loaded. Load. Yeah, it must be loaded at that point. Okay, back. Get ground. You can try to print stuff. Starting hole. Map unstarted. Okay, I can see my message. Then I put the second message in map get ground. I could also use a debugger, but I want to do the print in Lua as well. Wait. When do I call run map and everything again? Ah. No. Please, no. Map API. I'm a bit lost. Let's come back to yeah, map on started. Ah, Lua context. Run map. This map must be loaded. Yeah, so we load it and then we start it. So at that point, our entities are valid and there is no reason for the ground to be wrong. Start in hole, map unstarted, and then map get ground. Okay, cool. I have like 20 calls to get ground before this one. So if I use debugger, I will have to skip all of them. Oh, no. Wait. Okay, you can compile, but I forgot to say from here that I want to run Lua test with parameter teletransportation test / main. Okay. First, if I run it normally, yeah, I have tons of map get ground, and then it fades. Let's also say no video and turbo, yes. Yeah, and it's much faster, of course. And now in debug mode, so the idea is to continue until I see whatever I print in Lua. I'm skipping everything that happens on the first map. I'm sure there will be some easier ways. Oh, okay, abort. Didn't see the message. I don't know why. Okay, not cool. Call function on starting Lua tools. Equality assertion failed. Yeah, but I'm a bit late. Okay, let's be more intelligent and put the first breakpoint in map unstarted. Disable this one for now. I can disable it without erasing it. And now I'm in unstarted, so okay, I just kept all other ones. Enable breakpoint. Okay, so this is the critical call, I think. Yeah, as you can see, my map is loaded, so that was not the error. Test collisions with border. I hope it's not that. Phew. Okay. Dynamic entity. There are some dynamic entities nearby, like the destination. By the hero, I mean. Entity to check here must be the hero. Yeah, you can even see it here. Okay, let's continue. So the dynamic entities should not change anything, but the whole information should come from this. I really don't see how it can be wrong. Entities nearby. I asked the quad tree to give me the entities nearby. How many do we have? 3 elements. So probably stupid entities like the camera, the hero itself. We have an NPC. Oh no, it's an uninitialized value. Or is it? It cannot be. Uninitialized. But that's a static value. Anyway. We have 3 entities, I guess, the hero, the camera, and the destination. None of them should modify the entity. The ground, I mean, so. I get the ground of the entity. I mean the ground set by the entity, not the ground below the entity. So it's 0, that's correct. Yeah, we have it now, it's the camera, so the camera does not change the ground. So we continue. Okay. Next one. and still nearby now is the hero itself, so we skip here. Next one, it's the destination we come from. Ground is still unmodified. Okay, so all our three entities had no influence, so we then look for tiles. And here the magic happens. This cannot be wrong. Go back, go back. Maybe it's just because we don't call this. No. What the frack? Ground below. Where are you? Ground below. Traversable. So it's actually correct. No, it's not. It should be whole. Ah. No, I'm on the first map. I'm on the first map here. Second map now. Your ID is start in hole. Yeah. Okay. I was debugging the wrong map. The map where there was no error. Okay. Then let's continue. Did I kill the other breakpoint in map get ground? Not loaded? No. You must be kidding. How are you not loaded? Start. The map must be loaded. Ah. Oh, I think I know. I have an idea. What is the current map? What is the current map? Map ID is state transportation tests. Main. That's even more surprising. What? I'm so stupid. I was so stupid because I closed the script I wanted to open. Guys, not the correct map. We are in a map script here, which is it doesn't really matter what happens on that first map because nothing happens, just the initialization of our tests. So when we assert something, we do it in the current map. We should do it in the current map, I mean, and not in that particular main map. Okay. So that completely explains our problem. Okay. This is looking a bit better. I should remove my my outputs. Okay, remove this and that. Alright, so in hero, put this back in place. It is the first attempt of a fix. Compiling is in progress. And it's scary because this does a lot of things and not only updating the ground. But at least it will be consistent with other ways of entering the map. Otherwise than scrolling. Still scary. So what happens when I run the test? Okay, good, that's what I wanted. It fails, but on another map later this time, which is completely expected, because I only fixed this one, but I have the same problem in all map with scrolling. Start scrolling carrying. So now that the bug is fixed, let's put something sane here. It was expecting empty only to make the test succeed despite of the existing bug. Scrolling same map. Apparently I don't check more stuff here. Okay. Expected traversable got empty. Apparently the fix was not enough because I still have the problem in that one. Start scrolling carrying, line 7. Expected traversable got empty. How is it any different? Is there something special about carrying? This is scary. This might trigger a lot of things. And the map is only starting. But okay, that doesn't explain our problem. So when you start the map by jumping, the ground is correctly detected, but when you start the map by carrying an object, the ground is considered empty. What is so special about state carrying? This cannot be defined in carrying, I don't believe it. Our collision, ignore this really mad. Only back to solid ground state does that. And this should not even be a state. So okay, we are not in back to solid ground state at this point, right? Because we are in state carrying. And we asserted the state first. Okay. Is it map get ground or hero get ground below that fails? It's 30. Ah, it's map get ground. Maybe both. Maybe it's both. Let's try. Yep. Both of these, they say empty. I should check the map. Maybe it's really empty. That would be funny. We start the map from the right, if I remember correctly. Oh, that would explain the problem. That's bad. Yeah, it totally explains the problem. Because when you arrive from the right, the point that's considered for ground is just outside the map. But you have no problem when you arrive from the left or from the top. You would also have the problem if you arrive from the bottom, I think. I don't even know how to fix this, because if you arrive from the bottom, you have even more than 1 pixel of difference. This is the center of the hero that's placed near the border. Yeah, but in map unstarted, if you ask the coordinates of the hero, he is indeed outside the map, and this is expected. So it's not, maybe it's not a problem to say that his ground is empty. There are no tiles here. It's weird that the behavior differs from when you come from the left, but since you consider a particular point, it's just the case. Okay. I mean, I could make it a bit more consistent between both directions. I could, where's my map? Change the code of the scrolling to put the hero more to the 1 pixel more to the left, but initially, but it wouldn't fix it for the case of the bottom of the map. Yeah, during the scrolling he's really outside the map. Another way would be to put it at its final coordinates right away. This would cause other problems. Because you don't want to display him completely in a new map during the transition. You want him to be between both maps. Okay, so what else can I do? When you transition, on started is called really early. It's called before the scrolling starts, actually. Yeah, so it's a normal behavior of scrolling. But let's put a comment. Because during scrolling from the right, is outside the map, and there will be the same thing for I don't know if there's a map that went off from the bottom. Okay, we still have the problem here, unfortunately. No, line 7. Did I forgot to save my... Ah, no, it's not the correct... it's not the correct map. Okay. Phew. Start scrolling, carrying. Good. Does it work? At least this map. Yes, it does. And then start scrolling and running has the same problem because we also enter this map from the right. Start scrolling, running. Should be empty. So it's weird that it's not symmetric again, but that's not a new problem. Really out of scope of this issue. For example, if you have a room like that, and this is a big hole, the hero will be able to walk here and here, but not here and not here. Maybe we could think about another algorithm to determine the ground below the hero that would keep things more symmetric, but right now it's a single point. Okay, next. Start scrolling, sword charged. So here I'm surprised that this one does not. Okay, expected empty got traversable. It's the contrary. Must have forgotten to update it earlier. We are arriving the map from the north, so it works. Okay, everything passed. Because after this one we go to scroll to the other side of the same map. Oh yeah, this one, it goes here. And then the test is finished. Okay, great. So our bug is probably fixed. I hope I didn't break stuff. So before I commit, I run all unit tests again. Should be quick. And soon we will reach 100 unit tests. Okay, everything is green. This one counts as one unit test, but actually there are several successive tests in one big test. Okay, so I guess I would have to play the games to be really sure, but these particular unit tests are precisely designed to handle all cases. But it's hard to handle really all cases. For example, scrolling to a map where the transition is in water. Don't see how it could fail, since I'm detecting the ground better than before. But when I went to the left, it was useless, and when I go to the right, yeah, no particular problem. I mean, it couldn't really be an issue, except if you tested get ground in your script. Is it just me, or we can briefly see an animation without water when I do that? Only when I go like that diagonally. It's going too fast. I don't know. Where do I change the speed? Date. Let's add a 0. The scrolling is, by the way, not so great, because the hero moves 8 pixels at a time, and then 8 pixels again. Okay, why is it so fast? Did I not recompile or something? Yeah, that's it, I didn't recompile. Yeah, but the transition is usually so fast that it's hard to see that the hero moves suddenly. So I moved suddenly of 8 pixels, then I no longer move at all, and then I move again of 8 pixels. Ah, I have a problem here. That's funny. I have no idea what's happening. Maybe the animation is restarted. Now we have more than 1 pixel of difference. Ah, not sure. No. No, I think it's just that the animation is... They don't have the same frame. Yeah, maybe this time they have because I was lucky. Okay. So that's what I saw. I was afraid that we lost the swimming animation. But no. It's just that when I stop there is no trail behind. Yeah, so we... Okay, that's good enough, and that's not even a new bug. I want to be extra really super sure, but hero.cpp check position. Where is my change? I'm just commenting this again. Yeah, no change. So we are good. And we have unit tests to cover what we just fixed. What can I say in the change log? Fix get ground below not working from map unstarted, something like that. It's related to scrolling like these ones. From app map unstarted after scrolling. What was the number? That bug was only found in unit tests. Let's be shorter. It's a very specific case. Okay. I'm glad I finally fixed this one. is closed. And it was this one. Empty ground. Okay. 76 remaining. That's it for today. We fixed 2 issues, including a quite scary one, so I'm relieved. We also worked on this one. No. Yes, on this one. It should be assigned to dire render right now. If I refresh, yes. So that was some good progress. Hi STD Gregoire from Holland. Cool. I was just finishing the stream, so if there are no more questions, I will stream again on Friday, still on Solarus 1.6, trying to finish some of these issues. And Irender said he would look at this this weekend, hopefully. And then I'm not sure which ones I will do. Yeah, maybe like today, a new feature and then a bug. This bug is also a bit scary, that's why I put it here in priority. On restarted is called twice, the first time at initialization time of the map. And I just hope it won't break anything to fix that bug. But we will fix it. Well, that's it. It's not as scary as the one we just fixed. Just for some reason we colon restarted twice. It will probably just fix things for people more than break things. Thank you all for watching, and see you on Friday, guys, and thank you for all your support. Bye.